What about you? Being back with a whistle and a headset and
Oh, boy.
and men to coach.
Rich, I'm back in my element, and I really missed it. I miss the camaraderie. I miss just developing young men, and this is what I do. This is what I've always done. I've always been a football coach, especially when I retired from playing all those years. And being back is where I belong. I feel very, very comfortable in this environment. Got a pretty good football team too. We're thin in some areas, but I think we have some experience, especially on offense. Got some talented players there, and we've acquired some as well. We probably have 15 new players that weren't here in the spring that actually will help us try to win football games this year. So it's been a good return for me in all the sense of being back on the grass and being around the coaching staff and young football players.
Now, I've been around a bunch of coaches who have gone into TV work and media work. I sit next to one in Mariucci, and every single time we go to a game and we're covering a game, and Mooch gets on the sidelines, he puts his hands on his hips, he starts talking to the refs, he starts talking to the players and the coaches, and we all have some fun just saying it's always in him. It's always in a coach. Why is that? Why can't coaches get coaching out of their blood, Coach?
It's your DNA. It's just what you've done your whole life. I've been fortunate, Rich, being a high school athlete, and then from there going into the college level and being a pretty good college athlete. And then from there, I had an opportunity to play in the National Football League and coach in the National Football League for 30 years. So my life has always been around football in that aspect of it. And I was fortunate enough to work on television for a while, but still coaching football, to be quite honest, and maybe learning more about football when you step back from it and you mentioned Coach Mooch. I mean, we're good friends. We go way back. We coached that Under Armour All-American game for the last 6, 7 years together. He was on one side, I was on the other.
That's right.
And we had a blast coaching those kids. So it's in your DNA, and it's a way for me to repay football. I am an ambassador for the game of football. I mean, football has been my whole life. Anything I can give back to it, I'm indebted to this game. And I think when you've done it and played it and coached it as long as I have, you have a lot of information you can give back to football and try to make the game better.
Herm Edwards, Arizona State head coach here on the Rich Eisen Show. What about, though, reaching 17, 18, 19-year-old kids? Herm, what's the challenge there?
Well, it is in a sense, but not really. I think they all want the same thing that all players want. How can you make them better? I think today's athletes are a little bit different. You got to tell them why first. You got to tell them why. Well, why you do things. In the era that we grew up in, it was what, the how, and then the why. Now you got to tell them why. They still learn, but their learning mechanism is a little bit different. They're so in tuned to things that happen really fast. That's that new generation of kids. But they still want to learn. I think how you coach in the classroom is a little bit different than how you coached it 20 years ago. But still, the fundamentals. The ability to coach on the grass in the classroom stay the same. How can you develop a player? You can't give him talent. God gives him talent. How can you develop his skills to make him successful? And every player wants that.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.